All right, tech enthusiast, I have my first Southeast Michigan home theater tour that's not my own room with Kevin from AVS Forum. All right, so tonight I'm at a home theater meetup at Kevin's house, another Southeast Michigan home theater enthusiast off of AVS Forum. We got a bunch of guys coming over. We're going to check out his room, play some demo reels, all that stuff, have some fun. I very, very much encourage, if you don't have a local home theater community, look around, check AVS Forum. There's people all over in order to find other folks in the hobby, share it with, and have some fun. But we wanted to focus this video on Kevin's basically brand new theater. Yeah, so Kevin, tell us about yourself.
I'm just a Southeast Michigan guy that went to school for networking and always had kind of like a home theater kind of itch where when you're at your parents' or when you don't have somewhere like that, you kind of always have this end goal where you want to build something like you see on the internet and home AVS. So I always had this dream, and we built this house actually pretty purposeful where before the studs were put, we put all the networking cables, the Cat 6 to all the rooms, the distributed audio just because I could. And then this basement is actually 9-foot ceilings, and then if you go to the first floor, it's 8-foot ceilings. So obviously you can tell the priorities in the house were in the basement here. So awesome. Just a kind of all around.
All right, so question number one. What prompted you to build the room, and what goals did you have for this room?
So really what prompted me was probably AVS and doing these home theater meets where when my neighbors say, why do you need 4 18s in the room? And I say, well, this is pretty moderate compared to some guys that have eight 18s in their room. So you get this sense of what can be accomplished, and then you kind of just tailor it to what you want. And obviously I don't need that many subs, but it's just showing what you can accomplish with this. So it's just kind of one of those things where you kind of get that vision in your head and go from there.
So would you say you bias more towards video or audio, or balance between the two as like your favorite?
A little bit of balance, but I think audio has kind of always been one of those things where you can always tweak, and I think it's fun to keep going and take it at a good pace where you can upgrade your sub, you can upgrade a receiver, and there's a lot of more pieces to interconnect there, so I think it's fun.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, audio. You can tinker a lot more, I think, with audio. All right, so tell us about the room. Dimensions, the gear list.
So the room is a little bit less than 17 wide and a little bit more than 17 deep, so it was more than 19, and then we have the false wall, so pretty good size. We've got 8 seats, all acoustically treated, soundproofed with the whole 9 yards. The gear is all Triad silver, and it's 7.1.4, but we do have 4 18s, as I mentioned, behind the screen. We've got 2 VBSSs and 2 full Martys, so works pretty well in the room. And besides for that, it's a Yamaha that hopefully I can get into an Anthem here sooner than later. And the Outlaw amps are a new addition since I got the room, and I think it's going well.
All in walls, all integrated, speakers behind acoustically transparent screen.
Yeah, you won't see any speakers. And
was it all DIY? Did you hire anything out? What was the...
So I would say it's mostly not DIY. I'm a project manager at work, so I feel like I could say general contractor by day here on the house. So kind of put all the pieces together, so to speak. We had Stephen Smith at Home Theater Gurus to put together the room plan, which helped a ton because you don't realize what you don't know up front there. So then after I had the plan, I just kind of put together like the trades, like got a plumber, got an electrician. We had kind of a all-in-one guy to do the framing and construction. I did a lot of the painting, so I worked with a guy that kind of put together the columns, and then I did all the treatments, the fabric walls. Wasn't the easy fabric track, it was the just 2x2 studs and a bit of trial and error. So yeah, there was a little bit of work to be done, but a lot of hiring out as well.
Cool. So what do you think you're in for? Ballpark on this room.
Yeah, I had to think about it, and I almost didn't want to think about it after. I think we thought it would be 20, and then I think so we built out the whole basement at the same time because just the efficiencies of getting the contractors to do the whole job at once. But I think we were all in for 50 for the basement, and my wife is saying 35. I want to say that, but it could have been more. But I feel like all in with the gear and just this room feels about like 35.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to go. When we built our house here some years back, we built all 3 floors at the same time, finished the basement like when you build the house instead of trying to retro do things later. Facilitates a whole lot of stuff, I think.
Yeah.
So what do you like most about the room?
Just the overall feel. I mean, it's your space. It's a very quiet space. You can do anything. Like I work in here just because it's so sealed off and quiet. Like you can.
Yep.
It's just, I don't know. The sense of accomplishment right now is probably overall, and it's just fun to get people down here, get the reactions, watch a movie with the family and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
I
overall, it's fun.
I do some work meetings in my theater as well, because sometimes it's the only place in the house to go.
Yeah.
Any particular element that you have like the most pride in?
Probably just that it got done, and I feel like you can. That it's done. I mean, we built the house in 2016, so I was like, oh yeah, I go to these meetups, and I'm like, yeah, we're doing it, and the pandemic kind of pushed us. But I think just integrating all the pieces, we moved around HVAC to get like around the soffit that you see and things like that. So I feel like it all came together really well.
All right, so you did all this. What's the roadmap? Any planned changes, upgrades?
Like I said, the Anthem is on the short list of gear, and the good thing about this room is that it's all very tightly coupled together. So the in walls, those aren't going anywhere unless I make big holes. Even the subwoofers are tied around Owen's 703. So it's all very snug behind the screen, in the walls, in the ceiling. So it doesn't leave me a lot of upgrade room, but that's a good thing, I think. So the Anthem is in there, and just small stuff like we were talking about Control 4, where I have step lights, but no one wants to have those on and wash out the screen during the movie. So I feel like maybe some motion sensors and just fun stuff like that. So just kind of enjoying the room and seeing what comes up.
Yeah, so Anthem AVM 90 probably for the 4 subs.
I'm feeling like 70, and I have a mini disc B already. So
got it. All right, so you can layer that up.
Yep.
Sweet. Yeah, and they do have the new Halo remotes. I can't wait to get my hands on
maybe
those
some Control
Halos.
4 upgrades here with the Halo and the new core.
Learning points. Is there anything with the room that didn't quite work out the way you had hoped, and what's your plan to address it?
Well, the one thing that comes to mind right now is the projector box. It was a really sleek design that is built in, so I don't have to do like a mount and everything else. Any lower than that wouldn't have worked. So what I found was I do need a little bit more airflow. So I already cut out the box underneath, and I got a what is it called? The AC Infinity fans. So that'll give plenty of airflow, but it was just kind of one of those things where I didn't realize it might not have hit the specs on what JVC wanted for airflow. So that was one of the things. And
so are you going to blow some up and blow some down to kind of
it's all going to be intake. So the front of the JVCs pull out, so it's just forcing more air through that cavity there. I tried to get it done, and I was like, nope, that's not going to be the priority this week.
All right, so you're married, you have a family. Who uses the room? How often? And what do you use it for most? My daughter's still 1, so I'm feeling like we're going to get a lot more use out of this when she's older, maybe even birthday parties and things like that. So she's been enjoying it as much as she can with like the music stuff. It's mostly me and my wife when we get a little bit of time if she goes to sleep. I feel like we'll get more and more time as she gets older, but once a week I think on the weekends, and I'll get down here definitely once a week on the weekends for sure right now. But are you in here solo much beyond that, or
I'll try and get with the wife and not be too solo, but I'll be in here the most, and then definitely get some friends over next week to watch the new Maverick and kind of have like a viewing party for that. That'll be fun. Sweet.
Yeah, it was a good movie. All right, any surprises through the process, and how did you handle them when they came up? Process of building and all that.
Mostly just surprises with coordinating people, right? Like the HVAC guy here, if you notice, we got a mini split upstairs, and then we ended up getting, or downstairs and upstairs actually. But when he was here, I think it was the kind of handyman guy that we had building out this projector box and different things like that where, all right, this guy's getting in the way, don't pull my line set. So just surprises of general kind of coordinating of the trades was a big one, I think.
And so from building the room, other folks out there watching this thinking that looks awesome, I'd really like to take some elements of that. I want to do my own thing as well. What's the best advice that you would give to somebody like starting the process, thinking about going down the path of building a home theater?
Definitely take your time. Like we did this in pieces, partly money-wise and kind of getting the funds ready, but the more I waited, the more features I added in and got ideas from other local guys and online and tech changes. So I think waiting, but then don't wait too long. I definitely see people on AVS that have waited 5 years and DIY everything. So I think it was a good mix of get your plans ready and then kind of execute and just go for it. So
anything else come to mind?
No, I think nope. Just take a look around and feel like you can do this. So it's definitely doable. It's pretty normal, I think, basement kind of budget with no frills kind of thing, but definitely doable.
A couple other things actually with the setup might be of interest. What's the screen size?
It's 120 wide. That's how Seymour does their dimensions, but I think it's 138 diagonal on a 16 by 9. So pretty good size. We're sitting 11 feet from the screen here.
And that's an NX5 up there, right?
Yep, NX5 projector.
Awesome. Cool. Well, tonight we got other guys coming over. We're going to be hanging out in here, playing some movies, probably playing some music, and having a good time. So if you have any questions for Kevin, please post them in the comments. We'll see. Would you be able to check the video and answer any questions
you guys have?
So yeah, if there's anything you can take away from this video for your home theater plans, your home theater experience and journey, hopefully this was useful. The first Techthusiasm home theater tour, the inaugural one. I hope to get around Michigan, maybe this Midwest area a little bit. Definitely getting connected, again, through AVS. Get out there in the community. There's folks around you, I guarantee it. I've discovered them only in the last couple years of doing this hobby for over 20 years, and that was way too long. So you don't have to be a lone wolf out there. There are folks, fellow enthusiasts, fellow DIYers around you, I guarantee it. So check AVS and find them. Thanks so much for watching. Please do all the regular YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Look down in the description for some ways to support the channel. All of that stuff is there. Leave those comments and come back for more home theater discussion and fun.